Come the Irish.
One shot, from the cloud will be ours for life. Yeah, this is our night.
We own the night. We are the stars. We're just getting started tonight. The world is ours.
Touchdowns, Notre Dame.
Let's run the city up.
Card throws over the middle.
Pass is caught. Touchdown, Boilermakers.
We own the night.
An in-state rivalry game that dates back to the late 1800s. The 88th time these two teams will get together. And the Home Depot Big Ten on CBS brings us to Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. And our matchup, the Boilermakers of Purdue on their home field against the number 18 Irish of Notre Dame. Here come the Boilermakers. And we welcome you, everybody. Brad Nessler here, West Lafayette on the field. Jenny Dell in the booth, as always. My Purdue Hall of Fame quarterback, Gary Danielson. Welcome back, man.
Hey, you know, it's been a great week. Thinking about the game, I played in this game 3 times. I didn't win, but I played in this game 3 times. But so looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, been a good week, and not a good week for Notre Dame. I think two teams trying to prove something here today. Notre Dame coming off a humbling loss to Northern Illinois at home and falling from number 5 to number 18 in the country. Meanwhile, Purdue is looking at the expanded Big Ten and saying, how come we don't get a little more respect?
Yeah, I mean, if you're picked last, whether it's at the YMCA or in the Big Ten Conference, you got a chip on your shoulder. So I think both of these teams, even though Purdue won a week ago, are saying we got something to prove here.
Well, Notre Dame coming in from South Bend, about 100 miles north of here. And here come the 18th ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. A contrast in quarterbacks too, Gary.
Yep.
As you look at Riley Leonard on one side, his confidence shaken by the first couple of weeks, even though they beat Texas A&M in their opener. On the other side, Hudson Card, his confidence is sky high right now.
Absolutely. Let's start with Riley Leonard. I mean, he came off that first win, and everybody goes, all right, transfer quarterback. This has worked well. But late last season and now early this season, he struggled. And as Ness said, there's even talk about we have to get Riley Leonard playing confidently. That's not the case for Purdue, right?
Hudson Card has been almost perfect in week 1.
He was. Got out of the blocks 24 for 25. Was not a lot of tough throws. I mean, this Purdue offense was really rolling, but to do that against the air, you know Hudson Card is feeling great about his goals. This is the second year after he's transferred. He's feeling ready to go.
There's a lot of good skill position players in this game, but as we talked to both defensive coordinators, they both looked at the opposing team's tight end and said, uh-oh, we could have a problem.
It is interesting. Both teams feel that the point of attack for the other team could be the tight end. 2 guys, Michael Evans coming off a bit of Mitchell Evans, coming off a bit of a knee, still not quite 100% for Max Clare, one of the best unknown players in college football. This guy is a real stud.
Hudson Card said he's a freak. We'll find out today
for sure.
as they get set to meet for the 88th time. Before we do, we get down to the field. Jenny Dale.
Yeah, with every setback, there's a lesson to be learned. After Notre Dame's Week 1 win against Texas A&M, Coach Freeman said this team needs to learn how to handle success. That they went into last week's matchup against Northern Illinois and thought there's no way we could lose this game, and that bit them. So Coach met with the captains on Monday. They had a lengthy conversation about what went wrong. Now, quarterback Riley Leonard, he told me he played sloppy and he tried to do too much. Freeman's message to him, praise and criticism, warranted or not, can crush you if you let it. This week in practice, Leonard focused on his footwork, his timing, and his fundamentals. Guys, Coach designed today's game plan so his quarterback can find success early.
Yep, that's what they'll be looking for to get that confidence that Gary and I were talking about. And he'll get a chance right away because Purdue won the toss and deferred, so Notre Dame will get the football first. In his second year, Ryan Walters, head man at Purdue. 5-8, 4-8 a year ago, and an 1-0 start a couple of weeks ago. Perfect day, little warm. Jenny's going to get a little warm down there, I think. We're okay. 88 degrees here in West Lafayette, and blue skies. Notre Dame owns the series history, especially recently. They have won 8 straight. First meeting 1896, as I mentioned. The Shalala Trophy, one of 3 Shalala trophies that Notre Dame plays for. Also Northwestern and USC. But this one's an in-state rivalry, and we're set to go. Ben Freehill to kick. Jaden Harrison and Devin Ford wait back on the other end. A pumped up crowd of about 62,000. And we are underway. This one will go out of the back of the end zone, and Notre Dame will bring it out to the 25-yard line. As we take a look at our Wayfair starting lineups, and it starts with a guy that Jenny was just talking about. Number 13, one of the captains, Riley Leonard. Sensational one season at Duke. Really good one in 2022. This season, no touchdown passes so far, and a couple of interceptions. Let's see if they try to get him a quick throw early. He'll be joined by Jeremiah Love in the backfield for the Irish on the first snap offensively. The big tight end in motion. And a little pitch. Jet sweep picks up about 5 yards for Jaden Harrison as we check the rest of the offense for Notre Dame. They got a true freshman at the left tackle spot. Sometimes that's not so good. Jeremiah Love, their leading rusher. And a 2nd down and 5 on their opening series. Bo Collins in motion, 2 and now away from the ball. Leonard's going to throw it out to him for a first down. So there's the first quick toss just to get him in a little bit of rhythm.
Since Purdue plays a lot of tight man-to-man, what you'll see is a lot of picks out in the secondary. This is what happened right here. Little rub to the outside, easy throw, and as Ness anticipated, kind of a confidence builder for the quarterback, an easy rub pass to the outside. If you're going to play bump and run, you must handle the pick passes from the opponent.
Jadari and Price in the backfield as well now. And Love flushes out to the top of your screen on first down. And it's a quarterback draw. Leonard finds a big opening. And still will get a first down and then some. Trots out of bounds, a 12-yard pickup. So whether or not his left shoulder was hurting or not, they go right to the ground game.
The other thing, when you're playing an attacking team, you want to play the counter. The quarterback draw, but with the counter action. Pulling a tight end and an offensive lineman. When you're playing against a team that's trying to get upfield, you attack them with the counter. So far, Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, showing a little bit of everything in the game plan to start out.
And that freshman left tackle that I talked about had a nice seal block. Anthony Knapp on the corner. First down at the 49. Straight up the middle, about a 3-yard gain for Jeremiah Love as we take a look at the defense for the Boilermakers of Purdue. Joe Anderson back. Didn't play in the first game, and they hope to have him for more snaps today. Jenkins, Karlaftis, their linebacking core. It's a little different defense too, Gary.
It is. Most of the time in the TV picture, you'll see 10 Purdue defenders, but you see the safety way back there, about 18 to 20 yards. You only see 10 defenders. Here comes the 11th.
Dylan Thieneman, All-American a year ago. Trying to get to the edge is Jeremiah Love, and he got there, and he's still going. Jeremiah Love to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love, a 48-yard touchdown run.
They sealed the edge and then pulled around, and Kadron Jenkins, the middle linebacker, moved there this year, could not get there. Watch him come around and seal the edge here on the block. But middle linebacker number 4 does not have enough speed to get to the Jeremiah Love's run for the touchdown. Nice first series.
Boy, I guess. Mitch Jeter in for the point after, right down the middle. Opening drive just took a little over 2 minutes. Marcus Freeman's got to feel good about that.
Jenkins, an edge rusher last year, was moved to middle linebacker, and you could see the race between the two number 4s. The Irish had the speed.
Sure did. Only 5 plays to go 75 yards in 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the last 48. A career-long run for Jeremiah Love for the Irish touchdown. Just a little over 2 minutes in, and just like that, 7-0 Notre Dame.
Well, they scored in the opening drive, but watch what happens to Purdue. They got 2 key players, middle linebacker and Thinneman that's up back in the back, their free safety. Watch after the mesh point with a running quarterback. Watch what the free safety does. He goes the other way on the play.
This one will be a return from the 2-yard line. And an opening up the middle, but it closed in a hurry at about the 21.
Yeah, one last look at it. The middle linebacker, but watch the free safety, the cleanup man. Watch him go the other way. What the running quarterback does did not allow the safety to get in the play. Middle linebacker can't get there, and that's a touchdown.
And Kadron Jenkins didn't have a good angle, and from AT&T pylon cam, that was the end result. Once he got to the edge, he was gone, and Thinneman couldn't get there. So a holding call on the kick return. As our Wayfair starting lineup starts with number 1 for Purdue, Hudson Card. Texas started early, transferred after the 2022 season. Last week, as we talked about in the open, almost perfect. Missed 1 pass, and that was a deep one that was close.
And he completed actually 2 more that got called penalties, so he's 2 for 2 on penalties. Going to be a little tougher today. There were a lot of open receivers. Let's see how this Boilermaker pass offense handles it.
Devin Mockabee with him in the backfield, and he's going backwards. Loss of a yard, maybe 2, as we set the rest of the offense for the Boilermakers. Anchored on the front by Gus Hartwig, making his 37th start, anchoring the offensive line for the Boilermakers. Devin Mockabee, their leading rusher, just carried it. And you see the wide receivers and the tight end, Max Clare, who we talked about in the open. So no gain, 2nd down and 10. And Cards 1 for 1. Quick slant and all the way out to the 30-yard line.
I may have to reassess my judgment that there's going to be a little more covered here, because this is as wide open as you can get right off the line of scrimmage, and that's an easy pitch and catch. They're not going to miss that one.
Jamal Edrin right there. Quick throw and a quick setup here for the Boilermakers at the 30 as they go with some tempo early. Gerard Tibbs, the motion man, will settle in on the right side. Blitz coming. Card to the outside. That one's an errant throw, almost picked off. And Edrin was the intended receiver there as well. As we take a look at Notre Dame and their defense. On the inside, Howard Cross, an All-American. He and Riley Mills will try to get some pressure inside on Card. Kaiser, the 6th-year linebacker, the leader and the captain of that linebacking core. And there's the back end. 2nd down and 10 for Purdue at the 30. Quick pitch. And maybe 2 for Mockabee.
The difference in this Purdue air raid offense than air raid offenses we've seen in the past is they run the ball a little bit more. 50% of their plays last year were rushes. It's a lot different what you've seen before. And that's actually when the offense came into its own the back half of the year, when they were able to successfully run the ball. That'll be a challenge against this Notre Dame defense. 3rd
down and 7. Boilermakers were 7 out of 12 in their opener on 3rd down. 3 wideouts down to the near side. Pressure coming, Card backpedaling, got it across the middle and complete, but short of the first down. Xavier Watts made the tackle. Make that Jordan Clark made the tackle.
Here comes a blitz, but watch the running back goes low on the block, and Hudson Card can feel that pressure. Maccabee goes low right over the top of him, and he's right into his legs. You see how Card kind of jumped away on the throw. He could feel that. You got to go high for the quarterback. You allow that, those quarterbacks can feel it.
Keelan Crimmins will come in to punt. Jaden Greathouse waits back on the far end for Notre Dame. Crimmins got some pressure.
That felt close.
Got a nice kick away. It's going to take a great bounce, or is it not? Too much of a bounce. It made the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20. A 64-yard punt, but a little too much. 7-0 Notre Dame with the ball when we come back. At 5 minutes into the first quarter, 7-0 Notre Dame. Stream CBS Sports HQ, your free 24/7 snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app and watch today. You can catch Gary with the HQ team after this one's over.
Yeah! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
And they went on their first series, 2 minutes.
Yeah, and besides giving a little confidence to the quarterback, that offensive line that started out so young, only 6 starts to start the season, they were great on that first drive.
Jadarian Price in the backfield. That's Mitchell Evans on the move, the tight end. First down from the 20. Riley Leonard has plenty of time and fires over the top of his intended receiver. It was Price out of the backfield, and that was a misfire from close range.
So about 75% of the time, Purdue is playing man-to-man, but on this one, as Riley Leonard drops back, watch, Purdue drops in a zone. Everybody's going to take a space. Everybody's got like quarters to one side, and he's got black jerseys in front of you. Riley Leonard had to get rid of it.
Keep it on the ground, straight up the middle, only about a yard, and that's it. Notre Dame's offensive line, Gary's talking about it, we mentioned it earlier, inexperienced for sure. They had some NFL guys playing out there last year.
And one transfer and one key injury in preseason. Jagusaw projected to be the left tackle. Now you got a true freshman at left tackle.
Notre Dame had a 5-play drive without a third down on their opening series. Now they've got a third down. 3rd and 9.
See if they'll go zone again.
Leonard in trouble on the run. He's going to take off with it, trying to get to the sticks. He won't get there. And he lands in the Purdue sideline, and Notre Dame will have to kick.
So they played man free. It's their staple. You've got a middle linebacker and a free safety just reading the quarterback's eyes. Everybody else was man-to-man on the field, but flushed out of the pocket, and you've got a free safety closing in on you. Cannot make it.
So James Rendell will come in to punt. Another one of the Australian ruled football guys that have made the trip over to the United States to be punters, and that is Dylan Thieneman, back deep as a return man.
Well, this is going to be interesting. It could be that the Boilers made the movement. It could be, and that'll be a first down.
Offense.
Oh, they got away with it.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
A player came on late for Purdue. They only had 10 men on the field. Now watch how he enters the neutral zone. And everybody's moving, and it just, I think the left up back right there moved a little bit before. But you could have made the argument.
You're right, though. That could have been either
Could
way.
have been.
Yep. Here's the kick. Thieneman calls fair catch. He's run into, and let's see if it was his own man. He didn't touch the ball, I don't think. So it's going to be Purdue ball around the 42-yard line, I believe. We'll wait and see.
It looked like Dylan was pretty sure the ball did not touch him. Yes, he was right. But dangerous.
It was his own guy that was blocked into him. So it'll be Purdue back on offense with good field position, trailing by a touchdown. Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. If you're smart and you're a Purdue coach, get yourself a good quarterback. Started with Len Dawson in the 50s, on to Bob Greasy, the All-American and runner-up to the Heisman. Then Mike Phipps, 67 to 69. My partner, Gary Danielson, 70-73. Then Mark Herman followed him. And on it went to Jim Everett in the early to mid 80s.
That's a pretty good group.
Drew Brees, the cradle of quarterbacks here at Purdue. That is a really good crew. There's Grease, there's Gary, and Jenny's got more.
All right, guys. Well, I spoke to Drew Brees last night, and he told me when he was getting recruited, he didn't fully realize the lineage of successful quarterbacks here until he looked at the names and saw what they accomplished at Purdue. I'll tell you more after the play, guys.
Flag down. Go ahead, Jenny.
All right. So he looked at what they did at Purdue and at the next level, and he saw guys like Gary Danielson, for example, and he thought to himself, wow, I have a chance to be a part of this club. So he told me that he communicated that strong tradition of quarterbacks on a FaceTime call, trying to get Hudson Card to transfer here. And guys, it worked.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a text I got from Bob Greasy before the game. You've been stuck with 2 Purdue quarterbacks for most of your college football broadcasting career. Grease, I hope you have your feet up, and Shay's made you a nice Cuban sandwich today, and have a cold beverage in your hand.
And understand, Grease, I got to play it right down the middle, but you can choose whoever you want to choose for.
Well, you stuff a Penn State quarterback in for about 8 years, and that is my whole broadcasting career almost.
Obviously, big play called back on the holding penalty for Purdue. That's one of the things that Al Golden, defensive coordinator, said. We want Hudson Card to throw from the well, right in the middle of the pocket. And then he depends on those inside guys, Cross and Mills, to push that pocket in. Or, like we saw in that third down play, we'll bring a linebacker right up the middle to let him feel that pressure up the middle.
Second down at 15. Might feel some pressure right here.
They do.
Picked up pretty well, but Card's got to throw off his back foot again and over to the Notre Dame sideline. It's 3rd and long. Jack Kaiser was bringing some heat.
It was. They bought both middle linebackers that time. Stopped for a second, a half second. Kaiser's going to be the one that ends up making the play. Again, get in the quarterback's face in the middle. Kind of a miscommunication from that pass blitz pickup for the Boilermaker offensive line and running back.
It was a tough one to pick up now. 3rd down at 15.
It's like the first blitz everybody puts in, that inside 2 linebackers cross buck blitz.
Card has to roll to throw. Has it batted down.
You know, one of the things that Notre Dame coaches, when we were talking to Marcus Freeman about his team, he wanted to get that, they don't like to use the word, but he does. He said, I want to feel that swagger again. Go out there and have fun. Move. It does feel like the Irish defense is moving this so far early in this game. Look quicker, no doubt in my mind, they look quicker than they did a week ago.
Don Schuler's the guy that came down and just swatted that thing before it ever had a chance. So another punting situation for Keelan Crimmins. And Jaden Greathouse. Return formation. Last time Crimmins had a really nice kick, but it got all the way to the end zone.
It was a great stop by the Notre Dame defense. That was good field position.
Boy, they get pressure off that edge.
Yes.
This time, fair catch taken around the 18-yard line by Greathouse. So midway point of the first quarter here in West Lafayette. Purdue trying to win their 3rd straight game at home. Right now, Notre Dame's got the edge, though, by a touchdown. Here's the brain trust in both directions.
Yeah, a little different philosophy. The 2 Purdue coordinators are up in the box, with the 2 veterans, Al Golden and Mike Denbrock, down on the sideline. Both have said, because they're, especially with Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, with a young offensive line, he thought he needed to be down there, and Al Golden basically has always been down there for his career. There's Mike, LSU a year ago. Orchestrated a bit of that LSU Jaden Daniels year. Now he's come over and back to where he was, to Notre Dame, and he looked good on that first drive, that's for sure.
They went 75 yards in 5 plays. If you're just joining us on their opening drive, now here they are, 1st and 10 at the midway point of the quarter, averaging 10 yards a play from the 18. Leonard in the gun. And whistles.
And delay a game.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That should never happen coming off a timeout.
Well, it is a 25-second clock instead of a 40-second clock. So sometimes the quarterback just doesn't feel it the same way. So that's the only thing I can think of. Let me just put it this way. When you're in the NFL and you do that, expect the boos.
Exactly.
Right?
So that backs him up to the 13-yard line. Evan Ford in the backfield for Notre Dame, but it's going to be Riley Leonard on a run off the counter all the way, and he actually broke a tackle and picked up good yardage.
Now, see, that's what Riley Leonard does. Just the contrast between the choice at quarterback to transfer this year, the running plays that he brings to it. Sam Hartman a year ago did not have this part of the offense. Now, Riley needs to improve his passing, but you can see already what he's brought to the field. Remember, on the touchdown, it was that mesh and fake that took the center safety out of the play.
So Riley got 6 out of that, brings up 2nd down and 9. Love. Hurdle, one-man cut to the outside. He's got the edge again. 2 big runs already in the first quarter for Jeremiah Love. Jaden Thomas got a nice lead block out there.
Yes, we talked about the importance of Mitchell Evans coming back because he's the best all-around blocker and receiver. Watch what, at the end line of scrimmage, watch what happens to that Purdue defense. Oh my God, he drives them about 6 yards off the edge. No edge defense for this Boilermaker defense.
Bad news is right guard Billy Schrouth is the guy down holding his knee.
There it is. Now watch this edge. Just handles held into the inside. When you can get to the edge like that with that tight end, you've got a successful play.
And there is Billy Schrouth. We talked about the lack of experience on the front line. And we'll hope that he's okay, but got rolled up in the mix there.
Yeah, I think the tap on the helmet means we think you're okay, just a little.
I don't know.
Yeah.
6'5" sophomore out of Campbellsport, Wisconsin.
Again, you're thin already at that offensive line. You're young. You're inexperienced. Just usually what happens is they get rolled up from behind, and that's exactly what happened. Right in the middle. Right.
I think it was
there.
Joe Anderson who's in the fallen into his knee. So that's probably going to be Rocco Spindler in at that spot.
And Rocco has started at right guard in his career. Lost the battle for that position, so now he's got another chance here.
First down after the 21-yard run by Love. He's racking up big rushing yardage here in the first quarter. Riley Leonard pulls it, but he's going to throw it this time. Got it out. Sheridan, the tight end.
So that's a staple of the Mike Denbrock offense right there. We saw it all last year when we were covering LSU. They hit that tight end off the running game, goes one direction, come back, fake off tackle, and slide him out. Works really well. You wonder why you don't run it 6-7 times in a game.
Exactly. First down in Purdue territory for the Irish at the 48-yard line. They'll empty one of those backs out.
That's a key,
Love.
man to man. They know they got it.
Leonard throws on the run and completes it. I think
So for a very short gain, maybe a yard and a half.
Mitchell Evans at tight end.
Low and away. Throw it low and away. Perfect.
Good job by Evans. Evans was their leading receiver last year before his injury. Injured his knee. So Riley Leonard's got something working here at the 5:25 mark. Second down and 8. Play action. Near side throw, back shoulder, incomplete. Intended for Jaden Thomas.
So you know what do you have? Remember, you're coming to the line of scrimmage. if you're Riley Leonard and you're going, all right, I know what I got. I got bump and run. I'm going to go back shoulder throw. Got a big receiver. Corners at a disadvantage. Not accurate enough with the throw.
Teron Grant was in coverage and it forces 3rd down and 8. Finally, the Purdue crowd has woken up a little bit for their defense.
Karlaftis is in the middle now, playing the middle linebacker spot.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Quick opener up the middle, and it's going to be a 1st down run for Aeneas Williams.
So you almost think when they ran the ball like this in this part of the field that this was a 3rd down call, anticipating if they didn't make it, they would go for it on 4th down. They didn't need 4th down.
Aeneas Williams' college debut a week ago, and now he's got himself a 1st down run up the middle, number 20.
You know, the Irish fans are going, oh, this offensive line looks good, except for that guy right there. But they have done their job so far against this attacking Purdue defensive line.
Leonard, quick throw to the outside, completes it again to his tight end, Raritan, and he's close to another 1st down.
Yep. Coming in motion, declare it man-to-man. A little nice little fake, get it inside off of a linebacker one-on-one. You like your matchup with your H-back type against a linebacker. Good call again.
He's a big target. Raritan 6'7", 250, as you saw Trout on the way to the locker room on the cart, and that's not good. We'll try to get an update for you. 2nd down at a yard for Leonard in the offense at the Purdue 28-yard line.
2nd short, you could go deep. They haven't had a touchdown pass yet.
Sidearm, 1st down, out to Jaden Thomas. Thomas still going down to the 15.
I think it was going to be something bigger than that, but Purdue came with a corner blitz, so they had to get a hot on it. Well executed, and Thieneman does not make the tackle.
Yeah, he missed it and whiffed, and it's a pickup at 13. As number 13 delivers that sidearm toss out to Thomas.
It does feel like Notre Dame is just dialing whatever they want to do right.
Everything's working right now.
Run inside, run outside, run the quarterback, quick slants, everything they want is working.
1st down at the 15. Love straight up the middle for about 6 or 7 more. As we work our way under 3 minutes in the 1st quarter, dominated right now by the Fighting Irish.
They keep pulling those guards and backside H and filling the hole. One of the things you like to do against a man-to-man team that is attacking is run that counter. So far, Notre Dame has lived all that off that counter action, or whether they do it and slip it to the tight ends or H-backs.
The tight ends, 2 of them on each side. Right now as the backfield empties, and it's Riley Leonard on a quarterback draw. He's got it 1st and goal around the 3.
I don't even think they were faking the pass though, right? That was quarterback power right there. Yeah, nobody's faking pass. This is quarterback counter. Just follow that tackle, nap into the hole.
Yep, Knapp, the freshman's had a couple good blocks.
That's what you want to do with a young player, though. The hardest thing to do is 3rd and 8 pass blocking. You'd love to pull around and hit somebody when you're a young player.
Jeremiah Love's going to empty the backfield. Riley Leonard 1st and goal at the 3. Blitz coming. He's going to go straight up the middle. Irish touchdown, Riley Leonard. That was too easy.
Well, it started out on the drive with a penalty, and after that, it was one play after a look at that line. Just fold down that Purdue defensive line. Just absolutely created a wall there for the quarterback to run.
Evans got the last block on Thieneman at the goal line, but Leonard was already going to be in. And Mitch Jeter, the point after, is good. So 2 long drives by the Fighting Irish. The first one went 75 yards. This went 82, capped by Leonard's 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Back in 30 seconds. Nestor Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore,
think
And
that
Riley
guy
Leonard over there.
feels pretty confident, don't you, after those drives? 6 for 8, running the ball, everything your coordinator dials works. I'd be confident.
And you've already got as many points as you did in a loss last week to Northern Illinois, and you're on the road. Yeah, confidence, I would say, is pretty high. This will be returned from the 1-yard line. Elijah Jackson. And nice coverage by Notre Dame. Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, we saw Notre Dame right guard Billy Schrauth get rolled up on. The trainers were looking at his right knee. He spent about 3 minutes in the injury tent before he needed help getting over to the cart. As he was getting carted off the field, a thumbs up to his teammates. Guys, he's in the locker room right now getting x-rays. I'll update you when I have more.
All right, Jenny, thank you. And we hope he'll be able to come back soon. It did not look that good, though. All right, it's Hudson Card's turn.
Yeah, so now Graham Harrell, the offensive coordinator, the ex-quarterback, has got to find something for his quarterback to get comfortable here.
Did some of his games back in the day when he was at Texas Tech playing for Mike Leach, and has brought some of those concepts to this offense. Not all of them, but some. Card, quick throw. Got a man, wide receiver screen, the tight end screen, I should say.
That's that guy.
That's Claire.
Max Claire. Size of a tight end, runs like a wide receiver. Watch him go in motion out and come back and catch the wide receiver screen, as Ness called it. Might as well. Looks like a wide receiver.
Pick up a 21. Back to the ground game. Pick up of a couple for Maccabee.
You know Al Golden told this Notre Dame defense, we have to make Purdue a one-handed offense. We've got to take that running game away from them.
Yep.
If they are able to run the ball when they want to and throw, we'll have trouble. So far, they have stopped the run.
Well, against Indiana State, they ran for 248, but they did everything they wanted to do in that game. Card zips it down the middle and in and out of the hands. I don't think he caught it.
I don't either.
Claire.
I don't think that's going to be a completion. I think it was Jalen Sneed, wasn't it? Number 3 that got that hit.
Oh, man. There's
Stutter to go inside. Perfect throw, and boom, man.
Was that helmet to helmet?
Yeah, I think they're calling it incomplete, but I thought he put his helmet right on the ball, didn't he?
I thought it hit his face.
Did he really first? It's kind of like
another look.
Kind of scraped across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would call it targeting. There.
That doesn't matter now. Card.
Again,
Heavy
pressure.
Yeah, right in his face. He had to get rid of it in a hurry before he wanted to. 4th down.
It just looks so different. You know, I watched that Northern Illinois game, and it felt like Notre Dame couldn't get out of themselves, get out of their own way. Here they just look more aggressive. They're flying to the quarterback, just look different.
And that was Boubacar Traore who put the lead to Justin Card as soon as he let go of that ball. That's Jaden Greathouse waiting on the punts.
And it's been close the last 2 punts, right? Getting off the edge.
It was Chris Mitchell twice coming off the edge that got close to the punter, this time closer from the right side, but fair catch called for and taken right around the 18-yard line again. Let's just go back one more time. I want to bring Gene in on that pass to Max Claire. Gene, what do you think here?
You make great points, Brad, because what I'm looking is, look, it's close to him possessing the football and putting it away. If he has possession, gets 2 feet down, and even in that quick instant puts that ball away, he's done all the 3 elements, and now as a runner, possession there, and when he tucks that, to me, I think he has the 3 steps made, although that's rather quick. If that's the case, then this contact, I don't think, rises to the level of targeting, because he would be a runner, and then the helmet contact was not with the crown if he's a runner. If you rule it incomplete, he's still defenseless, saying he didn't finish the catch, and then I think any contact that's initiated to his head or neck should at least have been looked at for targeting, and I think there may have been a case there as well.
Okay, great. Gene, thanks. That cleared that out as much as we could.
I'm glad we went to Gene, because I don't think we did. He got paid last week. I don't even know if we used him last week.
I think we used him once.
One time.
Yeah.
We're going to use him more. I'm glad we were sitting over there relaxing.
He's got to do 2 games today, though, and then 100 games
I know,
tomorrow.
but I'm just, we got to get him this.
That's going to bring the first quarter to a close. Hasn't been a happy time for Purdue and their fans through the first 15 minutes. All Irish, 2 long touchdown drives. Jeremiah Love, Riley Leonard, both with scores on the ground, and it's 14-0 Irish at the end of one. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS as we enter quarter number 2. All Notre Dame so far, 14-0. And the Irish have it at their own 20-yard line. Everything they've dialed up has worked so far offensively. Empty backfield. Riley Leonard, quarterback draw all the way. Only about 2 this time. Let's check in with Jenny, who talked with Ryan Walters just a moment ago.
Coach, you're in a 14-point hole early. How do you stop the bleeding here?
Yeah, we got to get a stop on defense. Got to keep the chains moving on offense. You know, we've had a couple of self-inflicting wounds, so we just got to play our game, settle into the game, read our keys, do our job.
Is there something in particular you could do to energize this offense?
No, we just got to make plays. Just make plays. Trust it and make plays and play how we know how to play.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
As you saw, the first quarter dating back to last year has not been kind to the Boilermakers. 3rd down and 6. Leonard looked right. Now he's going to run left, or will he throw? He'll keep it, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. And good coverage.
Yeah, this time this Boilermaker defense only rushed 3 players and sat more in a look that forced the zone look that forced Riley Leonard to bring it down again. 2 zones on 3rd down has forced Riley to pull the ball down. I don't blame him.
Yep.
He expected him man-to-man, and he didn't get it either time.
He saw a lot of black jerseys back there and was forced to run, and they'll knock him out.
And with a 14-0 lead in your own zone, you don't want to take a chance like that. Punt it.
So Rendell the punt. And fair catch taken around the 38-yard line by Thieneman. So good field position for Purdue, and we'll see if what Ryan Walters told Jenny comes to pass when their offense will settle in when we come back. Me too, Zook. Really good game. South Carolina today.
Yes, all the talk about air raid offense and man-to-man defense. What's happening so far in this game, to me, the front lines of Notre Dame is whipping the Purdue's offensive line and defensive line.
Yep.
Hudson Card's had people in his face on almost every throw, and they've had their way running the ball on offense. Notre Dame has.
10 yards so far. They get about 2 more, maybe. Hudson Card, quarterback who was near perfect in their season opener. 6th ranked quarterback in the class of 2020. Started early at Texas. We asked him if that was too early for him. He said, I don't know. In retrospect, maybe. First season at Purdue, 4-7, but put up good numbers before he got dinged up. And then he finished the season really strong against Minnesota and Indiana, and then was almost perfect in the opener. So trying to win his 4th straight game at home.
Yeah, again, watch this pass rush that Hudson Card has to deal with. I mean, this is, he looks once, he looks the other way, and he has to throw with somebody right in his lap. You can't do that all game.
Your lap gets tired.
He does. Everything gets tired.
2 guys in the backfield.
You become
Reggie
a lap dog back there.
Maccabee in motion. Card, look out from behind. Somehow got away. No, he didn't.
And Botello, I thought, had him clean.
He did hang in there, though, and get in on the sack.
Yeah, I think Botello comes on one time. Watch Botello come around the.
Botello, Al Golden said, thinks maybe the most improved player on defense, and he was the main reason for that.
Nothing works when you're getting whipped up front.
So it's another punt for Crimmins. Greathouse has a chance for this one from the 23. And got about 10 on the return, and Tackler got the worst of that on the special teams. 11:40 remaining first half. Notre Dame's had reason to celebrate on both sides of the ball so far, up 14. Riley Leonard, coaches want him to get his confidence back. I think he's pretty confident right now, Gary.
I think so, and I think for two reasons, okay? The running game's working, but also I think Riley Leonard knows where he's going with the ball before the snap. Watch how quickly he's getting the ball out of his hands because he's pre-read the defense. He's expecting man. The only two times he's held on to it is when Purdue went zone against him and forced the play. So he's confident because pre-snap he goes, I know what I want. Purdue is crowding the line of scrimmage with 5 men. They're just not getting across the line of scrimmage.
All that action was in the first quarter. He hasn't attempted a pass here in the second quarter yet. Not first down. They stay on the ground with Jeremiah Love.
So that's what you want if that Boiler defense. First down, get it to where it's second and long. Okay, they finally made it happen in the backfield for this Notre Dame defense. They attacked from the edges and cleaned up on the tackle.
Certainly an improvement today so far, and we're not even until halftime compared to last week against Northern Illinois and the upset at home. There's his first toss of this quarter. Completes it out to Bo Collins. And let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, just an update on Notre Dame right guard Billy Shrouth, who got rolled up on in that first quarter by his teammate. He just spent about 10 minutes in the locker room getting x-rays. He came out, crutches, pads off, boot on his right leg, and he's officially out for this game, guys.
All right, Jenny, thanks. That's tough.
Yeah, I feel bad. The tap on the helmet did not mean he could play.
Oh.
It meant, sorry, pal.
Hopefully he can get back soon.
Denbrock is 5 yards out on the field this time. He does not like the formation.
And he got the timeout finally. Third down and 6. And as Gary said, Mike was almost out to the hash mark. He's not a happy guy right now as they have to use a timeout here in the second quarter.
Optimus Prime, a fierce defender of justice who believes that freedom is the right to all sentient life.
Megatron, the relentless leader who believes the only way to achieve peace is through power.
You've only known them as rivals.
But every story has a beginning.
Witness the origin of Optimus Prime and Megatron in theaters everywhere Friday. See a sneak preview of Transformers 1 in select theaters tonight. And Mike Denbrock almost went Megatron trying to get that time.
He did. It's one of the advantages of being on the sideline. You get there because, you know, if you're Purdue, it's a really long jump from the press box to get down to the sideline. If you're the coordinator, I mean, look where the Purdue coordinators are. They're way, that's tough to get down.
They're up above us, I think.
Yeah.
Third down and 6 after the timeout. Let's see what the Irish have come up with. Aeneas Williams, the freshman in at tailback. Everybody has a look to the sideline. Play clock down to 7. Riley Leonard readjusts in the gun. And they almost ran out of time. Leonard lofts it, got it complete. I don't know if it's a first down.
Stretched it out, though, I thought.
Mitchell Evans. And they're saying first down.
They did.
Boy, he used all of that frame, didn't he?
He was really the go-to guy for this Irish offense a year ago before he got hurt. He was an all-American player at tight end. Now he's coming out. Pitch count last week, played about 10, 11 snaps. This week looks much, much better out there.
29 catches last year in those 7 games before his injury, and that was his biggest one of the day so far. Gives him a first down at the 42. Here's a little jet sweep. Jeremiah Love. Love still going. He's going to have 100 yards before you know it in this game.
So Mike Denbrock might not even be out of his beginning game script. This is how they started the game. Remember the little pitch forward? Riley Leonard gets a completion. They get the sweep going around, and it worked again.
So that was a pass reception, but he's doing it as a receiver and a runner. Number 4. It's been a huge part of the Notre Dame offense here.
Here's the double tight end. This is when they like to run the counter. Here's the counter.
They give it to Love. Love dragging. defenders for what looks like another first down.
I'm telling you, Notre Dame's coordinator, Mike Denbrock, has just turned his script upside down and just said, all right, I'm going to run the same plays again. I'm just going to run them to the left this time.
Jeremiah Love had 91 yards in the opening game against Texas A&M, including a touchdown. And today,
now you wonder, will they slide the tight end out on the flat?
90 yards for Love so far here in the first half. Leonard fakes one way and incomplete.
Yeah, that was a little tricky. Faked the screen to the left, the quick screen, and came back with a slow screen to the right. Defended well by this Boilermaker defense.
I think Riley just wanted to throw this thing away.
Yeah, he skipped it.
Price made it close because he was right there. And it brings up second down and 10.
And you almost got the feel here that this Boilermaker defense has to hold them to at least a field goal here.
Well, they've been out there a long time.
Exactly.
And it is not a cool day. It was 88 at kickoff. So if you're a Purdue defender, you've been out there twice as long as the opposition. Here's Leonard on the keep now, and Riley Leonard's got a first down and more. He's still going. Riley Leonard with a stiff arm and a touchdown.
He might have stepped out, though. I wonder if he did.
Now the official's saying touchdown, but we'll wait and see.
Right. It's going to be close, but you know, Riley Leonard is just runs a lot faster than he looks. Again, misjudged. Does his right foot come out of bounds? It is close, but it looks like he stayed, and we're watching the replay before you do. Let's take another look. That's the one I thought was there, but he never got a seal out of bounds. Purdue thought he was out of bounds, didn't they?
You just don't trust me sometimes.
Oh, well, you were right. It's that experience that you got. You learned that from Greasy, right?
Here's what Gary's talking about. That was close. And then the drag foot, and then the tackle attempt on his left foot, and he just kept rolling and went right through Thieneman.
And Thieneman again with another missed tackle. That's two of them.
And a nice stiff arm at the end. What a great drive for Notre Dame and Riley Leonard in particular. Extra point. Up and good. 3 long scoring drives for Notre Dame. First one went 75. Second one went 82. This one goes 68 yards. In 7 plays, Marcus Freeman says, this is kind of what I was expecting from my team this year. And my quarterback, who is now run for 2 touchdowns here in the first half. 21-0, Notre Dame.
It was really close, but I thought, again, you got to play it if you're Purdue as if he's in bounds. And it was inches away, and Dylan Thieneman does not make an easy tackle. He ducks and misses. Look at that.
It's not his first whiff today for a guy that had
isn't.
106 tackles last year. First down, Purdue. Let's see if their offense can get going. Hudson Card. Well, that would have been a nice start, but it's dropped by Jamal Edrin.
So we all follow teams, right? You got your team, whether it's the Falcons or the Vikings. I've got mine. If you're a Notre Dame fan right now, you're going, all right, this is more like it, or you're going, what the heck was last week?
Yeah, it's one or the other, or both.
Oh, both, right?
It might be both.
I mean, if you're Notre Dame, you're going, wait a second.
Well,
this be?
That has happened more than once in Marcus Freeman's young career, and all the Notre Dame fans know that. And this time, Card goes down, and the ball might be out.
Whatever has juiced up this defensive front for this Notre Dame, they are running right over this experienced offensive line. And that's Botello down, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Jordan Botello, who had a sack earlier.
And we talked to Al Golden asking him who's come the farthest.
He's the most improved, he said.
Absolutely.
He's going to be coming off the edge on top, which he came around just like he did on the sack earlier, but his knee just kind of gave out. I don't think anybody touched him.
Nobody touched him.
He was really trying to plant and get back into the quarterback.
He was getting a slight push from Corey Stewart, who did not play a week ago, back in there this week, and he's already given up a sack and almost a sack.
I'd like to go a whole season and never see that cart, and this is the second time we've seen it against a starter for Notre Dame. heading to the locker room. There's Billy Strother.
Stroud at least got this. Yeah, Stroud at least got to the sideline. This seems.
This is Jordan Botello.
And he has been making a big impact in this game already.
Yes, he has. Teammates trying to give him some encouragement, but I'm sure his day is done, as is Billy Schrout's.
And remember, this day is done. You know, it's just first half of the third game of the year. This season for these players actually started in January.
Right.
You do the mat drills and you're lifting. I mean, you're preparing for 6-7 months before you even play a game.
And spring ball.
Yep, the whole thing. You're there all summer, and all of a sudden you're off on a cart.
And it looks like, just getting back to the action, that Bryce Young, a freshman, will take Jordan's spot on the lineup, at least for a few snaps here. 3rd down and 19. The third downs have been way too long for the Boilermakers today.
And they're going to catch a deep zone here.
Card down the middle, trying to tuck one in. He did. He got it to the 30, but it's short of the first down. Max Clare again on the receiving end.
And this would be a huge gamble. I think you got to punt it here. You can't do this early. I mean,
from your own 30-yard line.
It feels late in the game, but
I know.
It's the 30-yard line.
So Crimmins will come out to punt again. Greathouse had a 10-yard return on the last one.
I mean, this Notre Dame defense has inflicted their will against the air raid offense.
Look out for Chris Mitchell off the right side here on the corner. He's been close.
Oh, man.
The guy inside him got closer that time. That was Schuler who came close. Fair catch taken at the 22. Notre Dame's rushing attack came in averaging 161 yards through a couple of games. Today a lot more than that, and they're getting it from their quarterback for one, as he has looked like he did back at Duke.
Yeah, they have picked their call. Remember, against Northern Illinois, a MAC team, Notre Dame only rushed for 123 yards in the game. Notre Dame now is closing in on 200 in the first half.
And Riley's got 2 of those scores. The other one, a 48-yard touchdown by Jeremiah Love. Now he's under center. That hasn't happened much today. They fake it. Now it's an end around. Jaden Thomas didn't do much. And might as well try another play. As you said, Mike Denbrock had to just turn his flip card over. This time is a new one.
Yeah, watch the reverse here. They've got 2 Notre Dame players out here. Both of them. You take them, I got them. Watch this. They both let him go for the tackle.
And now we got another Notre Dame player down. Ashton Craig, I think.
Notre Dame center.
Well, they already lost a lineman. We've talked about a lot. Billy Schrout, who's over on the sideline on crutches.
And this is the third, it could be all 3 knees, right?
Well, he's in a lot of pain. As you can see, his hands are shaking. So that means it's. And again, rolled up on.
He did. I think it was Grant. Wasn't it number 12 that rolled up on him?
They're going to help the big fella up. And he looks a little better than the other 2 guys.
Yeah, doesn't he?
He's got the wrap already undone on his brace on his left knee, so maybe that one's not as bad as Billy's. They're going to have to call Aaron Taylor in from the halftime show to play on the offensive line.
came into this season with only 6 previous starts for this offensive line. They've already lost 2.
Now it looks like they have to move Pat Coogan, a guard, into center.
Nick Coogan played in 13 games last year as a guard.
2nd down and 8. Back to the action. Riley Leonard, quarterback draw all the way again. Upended after picking up positive yardage. Omenede in on the tackle. It's 3rd down and 3.
So how does Purdue get a stop here? Kevin Kane, the defensive coordinator, you know your coach on Walters wants to attack. Does he attack? Does he bring extra people here to try to win this down? It's a huge down for the Boilers.
3rd down and 3. 3 receivers to the right. Leonard looks that way, out in the flat, double caught on the run by Jaden Thomas, and it's a 1st down.
Nifty little play inside of the 3 receivers, does a little spin move to get open. You feel him trying to come across, but then he spins out of it. It's almost a reverse pick on the play. It was a rub play, but it comes in, and then the rub comes from the outside. Another well-conceived play by Notre Dame.
Thomas stays with it and picks up 23.
They are confidently calling plays. They seem to know what they want on every play.
That was the word all the coaches used this week. We need our confidence back. Confidence, confidence. Everything is pretty confident right now. Darian Price brought down by Will Held as we're approaching 5 minutes. Notre Dame 33 plays, 278 yards to 51 for the Boilermakers. Controlling the clock, the play, every aspect so far, all Notre Dame. 2nd and 5. Thomas in motion. Leonard off play action. Goes down the middle and got it to Jaden Thomas, the man who had gone in motion.
Thomas tried to sell it, but the back judge said no deal. Come in motion, run the square in.
Yep, hit the ground.
Yep. It's a nifty one hop.
It sure is.
You know, prior to replay, you might have been able to sell that, but not anymore, right?
That's right. So it's 3rd down and 5.
Here we go again.
Gary said previously they really need a stop. Now they are in Purdue territory, and they could really use one.
Looks like they're going to only rush 3.
Leonard has time to scan the field. Now he might have to run with it. He will. He'll get the 1st down. He's all the way to the 31-yard line.
So that has been the strategy. When they want to go zone, they rush 3, but this time Riley Leonard takes his time, can't get anyone on him, and then once he gets outside the pocket, one key block, and he's going to get the 1st down. Greathouse out front realizes that he's going to run for it and gets the block. There's the key one right there.
Riley came into this game with 13 career rushing touchdowns. He's added 2 and 86 yards on 10 carries. That's a heck of a first half for a quarterback running the ball. There's a loss that they could have used a couple plays ago. Nice hit by DeMarge Lewis on Jadarian Price.
And DeMarge's in the rotation at that defensive tackle spot. They rotate about 6 guys inside.
Well, they need a rotation right now because they've been out there the whole game. Or it seems like that anyway.
Well, I would go with that with all those yards. Again, rushing yards, closing in on 200 yards.
2 tight ends in there. Jadarian Price with Riley Leonard. Going to throw and get hit as he throws, but he's got a man open, and it never got there because he took a shot as he was letting go of the football.
Yeah,
for Bo Collins.
And they're fortunate because if Riley Leonard would have had another second here, obviously it would have been a touchdown. Actually, he got bumped into by Knapp.
Yeah, he did. Freshman tackle.
Yeah, if Knapp hadn't button, watch the slot go, stutter and go. And he's gone. That's a touchdown. But the collision by the offensive tackle really saved the day for the Boilers.
3rd down and 11. And they at least force a field goal attempt here. Leonard completes it out to his tight end, who's still running. Evans breaking tackles. Mitchell Evans.
Yeah, that time Kendrick Breedlove, number 10, could not handle the big guy. Nice catch, by the way. Stretching catch, gets it, and if you make the tackle right there, it might be short of the first down, but that's why you love those big athletic tight ends. We opened the broadcast with it, and you got a lot of quarterbacks that love those type of guys.
Boy, 260-pounder at 6'5", the senior, his biggest play of the day so far. And now Notre Dame is threatening again. Been a long time since a touchdown pass for Riley Leonard, but he's done everything else in this half, including doing this. Riley Leonard might be on the way to the end zone for the 3rd time. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
You talk about being an athlete. That's why he was the sought-after transfer quarterback by Notre Dame right there. This is what they were looking for when they went and selected Riley Leonard as the guy they wanted to run this offense. And this is what he does well. He may not be the most pretty thrower, but this combination, I mean, again, Thieneman right there one-on-one, and he could not handle it.
What a first half for Riley Leonard. Extra point by Mitch Jeter. Up and good. Boilermaker fans shocked here at Ross-Age Stadium as Notre Dame in control. And Riley Leonard putting on a show with his legs so far today.
Yeah, and remember, this is a guy that's about 6'4", and he's handling that space and balance. Look how well he does it. Again, we saw it at Duke. Got injured towards the end of the season. Had surgery in spring. Didn't play a lot of spring ball, and maybe he was a bit behind with experience and play in this new offense. Looks like he's finding it now, doesn't he?
99 yards and 3 scoring runs. And then you add Jeremiah Love with 90 and a touchdown. And the drives have been 75, 82, 68, and 77, all for touchdowns so far today.
You are looking at modern college offense right there for the Irish. It is that almost triple option with the quarterback, but it's not under center. You can recruit to it because you put those receivers out there, but you still keep the defense at bay with the threat of the quarterback run.
So Purdue in a 28-0 hole right now with 2:10 to go in the first half. 9th game in this century with 200 yards or more rushing in the first half. And Marcus Freeman, in his 3rd year as a head coach, has gone, yeah, that's kind of what we wanted to do every week. We just don't get it done every week.
So what is that? So 15 games a year or so, something like that. 25 years, that's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
For only the 9th time that happened.
More than twice as many plays and 28 more points for Notre Dame. In the pistol, Reggie Love behind Hudson Card, and it will be Love. We're about 6 out to the 31. We got Jeremiah Love on one side, and we got Reggie Love on the other side, and they're both from St. Louis, but they didn't go to the same high schools, and they're not related. But, you know, everybody needs a little love.
A little love. Right now, Notre Dame's getting a little more love.
They're getting a lot more love right now. One of the best ever, the Platypus Trophy. Thanks, Zook. See you at halftime in a couple minutes. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, Ross-Ade Stadium. Beautiful day. Not going so well for Ryan Walters and the Boilermakers. Down 4 touchdowns and 4 long drives. Reggie Love will stay in there, tailback behind Hudson Card. No first downs this quarter for Purdue, only 2 for the game. There's the third. Check in with the injury report with Jenny.
Yeah, with 8 minutes left, Notre Dame D lineman Jordan Botello was carted off the field with an apparent right leg injury. The teammates came out to give him some love. He is out for the game. Just a minute later, their center, Ashton Craig, went down with a left leg injury. He was helped off the field straight into the injury tent. Just walked into the locker room, guys. He is out as well.
All right, Jenny, thanks. So 3 starters down.
Oh.
And an interception picked off by Traore. And a Notre Dame touchdown. Boubacar Traore with the interception and the score.
And I think at the end of this play, Hudson Card was trying to throw it over Traore's head, and I believe it might have been left-handed or he backhanded, and he didn't get it over his head. Watch him get flush left. And at the end of the play, he sees an opportunity to throw it to Reggie Love. And does it just pop out of his hand? Or was he trying to throw it?
I don't know.
Either way.
Definitely went from right hand to left hand,
yep,
and then right into the hands of Traore.
It either popped out or he was trying to do it. And either way, that drive,
oof,
and those points go to Notre Dame.
Mitch Jeter, been a busy extra point kicker today. He's got another one. 92 seconds left in the half, and if there wasn't a tragedy going on right now, that certainly is. Yeah, he switched it hands. And
he switched, but I'm going to say it was popped out inside by Riley Mills. Give Mills the play. He has him wrapped out, and I think when he hits the back end of it, I think it just slips out of his hand.
Well, a disaster strikes again before halftime.
Yeah, I think he hit his upper arm there, and I
can't
imagine that. I'm going to give him the benefit of the
quarterback. I know what you're doing,
yeah,
and I don't blame you, because nothing's gone right for Purdue. So interception and 32 or 33-yard return for the score, and it's made it 35-0. Mitch Jeter to kick. A lot of smiles on the Notre Dame sideline that weren't there last week, that's for sure. And that one made the end zone. It'll come up to the 25-yard line. Coming up for us, the Geico halftime report. Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ have the highlights and analysis. They'll catch you up on all today's games, all coming up on the Geico halftime report. AT, I'm sure, is smiling, although losing 2 starting offensive linemen, I don't think he's thrilled about that.
That's what he's going to talk about first, because they stick together well, those offensive linemen, don't
yes, they do. Purdue with the ball. All 3 timeouts. They'll get the second half kick. Right now, I think they'd like to get to the locker room and regroup. And that one's dropped, intended for Claire.
Well, there's no doubt right now that Hudson Card has that mental clock in the pocket going, because he can feel it collapsing. Remember, Al Golden said, we want to keep him in the pocket and then let it collapse. And it's produced a lot of bad plays, and the collapse pushed him out for an interception,
right,
too. Again, here come the linebackers.
And incomplete again.
And you can almost now feel those defensive backs for Notre Dame saying, he doesn't have time to throw. We're going to squat on those throws.
Little John going on out there between Edrin and the defensive back. Jordan Clark. 3rd down and 10.
Notre Dame's got 2 timeouts left. They got to stop here. They might put more points up before halftime, the way things have been going. Card going to try to run it. He won't get back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Howard Cross with more pressure on the inside that
the veterans
just talked about.
Yeah, the veterans up front, Ness, Cross and Mills are getting that push. And if that's not enough, Al Golden is bringing linebackers up the front, up the middle every play. Sometimes there's no strategy for getting manhandled at the line of
just
scrimmage.
get beat at the line of scrimmage. Purdue might want to take some time before they punt this to not give Notre Dame
once
as
it's
much
snapped,
time.
they better hurry up.
Fair catch. Greathouse makes it around the 39-yard line. So there's still 41 seconds left. And Notre Dame's got 2 timeouts.
Yeah, there's not a lot of feeling sorry for teams in college football. Notre Dame's going to try to see if they can get yardage and see at least try to get a field goal here.
Right. Pictures tell the story right now for Purdue fans and their head coach. Riley Leonard looking to throw. Does and completes it. Oh, nice move by Greathouse. And Greathouse all the way down to the 35-yard line.
This might be one of the few mistakes Notre Dame has made, though. It's going to be holding.
Offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And that's the freshman left tackle, Knapp.
Yeah, it was. Greathouse gets to the outside, takes it, spins back against it, but the hold happens right here. Coming around the edge, and he kind of yanks him down. And actually, it's a good move keeping him off the quarterback. Watch us. Anticipate the defenders coming with the throw and spin back in.
So that negates a good-looking play. Brings up first down at 20. As we approach 20 seconds in the half. I don't think they're going to get too fancy now.
They'll probably run the ball now.
And they do, and they got the corner, though, with Jadarian Price. They might pay the price. Jadarian Price to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. $70 yards for the score.
Trying to just get out of the half. Trying to run the ball. And Dylan Thinham again whiffs. Watch number 31 come up late. He's the last guy that can save this to get out of the half. And watch him miss the tackle again.
And Jadarian Price, the sophomore out of Denison, Texas, does the rest, weaving his way for the touchdown.
You ever see 42-0 at half, Ness?
Oh, I don't remember one, and I want to forget this one.
I don't think I have.
Extra point is good.
Dylan Thinham had a great year. Freshman All-American. One of their best players. Watch, he's deep. He's protecting. He's got to be the guy that cleans up the mistake. They get around the edge. And then one more tackle here. Just one tackle gets him out of the half. Doesn't have to be a pretty tackle. Just force him to the sideline. Overruns it. It's not just him. I'm just saying Dylan could have saved them 7 points.
Yep.
That's a pretty nice combination. Love and Jadarian Price, isn't it?
And Riley Leonard in there.
Riley Leonard.
You got about
and you got
1,000 yards rushing.
Right, and 277 yards rushing in the first half. Holy cow.
All of the scoring drives have been 60 yards or more. 277, as Gary just said, 1 yard.
Now, even if you factor in the sacks, Purdue's only run for 19 or 21 yards.
Notre Dame 7 first half possessions, 5 touchdowns, and a defensive score.
I mean, The last time that Notre Dame was visiting Purdue, Marcus Freeman was the defensive coordinator for Purdue.
That's right. Today, the look is lots better than that.
Well,
look
that
he's got
that
right there.
look works if he was on the other sideline.
Well, he wanted his team to come out and prove that last week was a one-off blip on the radar, and at least through 30 minutes, they've done that. And that'll end the half on the carry by Reggie Love. And now there's some Boo Birds out here in West Lafayette, heading to the locker room with Notre Dame in command, up 42-0. Purdue will receive the second half kickoff, but a late defensive touchdown, and then even more so, Jadarian Price on a 70-yard score on the ground in the waning seconds, and the leading coach is with Jenny right now.
Coach, 42 points. You said you wanted to see Riley Leonard in this offense settle in and trust themselves. How did they set the tone?
I think we're doing a great job running the football, making good decisions at the quarterback position, and coaches got to help the players, and I think the coaches are doing a good job of putting our players in a really good situation to have success.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
First 30-plus point lead on the road for Marcus Freeman. It's a lot more than 30. It's 42-0 as we send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. The Geico halftime report, guys. All right. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS heads into the third quarter in West Lafayette. 42-0 Notre Dame. Before we kick, let's get some Big Ten tradition from Jenny Dell.
At Purdue, one of the biggest and oldest game day traditions is the big bass drum. Known as the world's largest drum, it became part of the All-American Marching Band in 1921 and has traveled and performed all over the world. The drum is involved in every practice, parade, pregame, halftime, and postgame show. The drum itself weighs 315 pounds, and while the carriage weighs 250, so in total we're talking 565 pounds. Earning a spot on the 7-person drum crew is a competitive process, and this year's team has made a little history. It's comprised of a majority of women, led by Captain Natalie Harrison.
Jenny's got the swing like her husband.
Yeah, Will's
pretty good. Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I sent him the video, and I think he's embarrassed of my swing right there. But let me tell you, that mallet is really heavy.
That's a little bit of recoil on that baby, too.
It was an honor to do it, though, that's for sure.
Good for you. I wish they'd drum up some offense in the second half, Purdue. The only person in this booth that's probably done more football games than my partner is George Hill, our statistician, and George said, I don't ever remember a 42-0 at the break.
I didn't either. Went over 500 games. So first.
Mitch Jeter set to kick off to open the third quarter. And it'll start out at the 25-yard line. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson, who threatened to go back to his old apartment for the second half and leave me here by myself.
No. I have a fear, though, that they're never going to invite me back.
Oh, they probably won't.
I don't blame them either.
So, 8 first half possessions.
0-3 as a player. 0-1 here.
0.5 as a broadcaster. Exactly. Hey, 8 first half possessions for Purdue. They got 2 first downs. They punted 6 times. Interception returned for a touchdown at the end of the half.
So you know how much I respect anybody that does this. College football is hard. So now it's even harder. You got to go out there and play knowing you're not going to win the game. You have to play and show your teammates that when the tape goes on, to watch the tape, that you're not giving up.
Right.
You're going to at least play no matter what.
Hudson Card picks up about his jersey number on the first carry of the third quarter. Second down and 9, opening series of the third quarter for the Boilermakers. Card zips it far side, complete.
Nice throw.
Pick up about 4 as we check back in with Jenny.
Very quick chat with Ryan Walters at the half. He said he told his team just settle down, do your job. You're playing uncharacteristically out there, making silly mistakes. Offensively, he wants his team to play more physical. Defensively, the focus is just on tackling, guys.
All right, Jenny, thanks. They're down at 6 to open.
Well, I would agree with
third.
the tackling. It's been a bad display.
Yep.
Sometimes they're out of position because the athletes for Notre Dame are superior, though. It feels like they can't keep up.
Card out the flat. Going to be short of the first down by about a yard, I think, as Maccabees knocked out of bounds by Schuler.
4th and 3.
And they're going to pull out the stops. Down 42-0, I guess. Whatever. You would never do this in a normal situation at your own 32-yard line. Low snap. Card handles it. Backpedaling, scanning the field, throws late, throws almost an interception. And Notre Dame takes over on downs. Christian Gray broke on that ball, and it might have been another pick six that he held it.
He wanted to go to Max Clare, the tight end, but it was taken away that time. Top of the screen right here. That's where he wanted to throw the ball, but it's defended too well. Can't go there, so now he has to just retreat and throw it, and should have been intercepted.
And it would have been about a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown, which we saw late in the second quarter. Notre Dame's offense right back on the field here early third quarter with a 42-0 advantage. Notre Dame takes over. Short field for them now here early in the third quarter after Purdue failed out of 4th down. Riley Leonard's numbers today pretty impressive. 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns and 11 of 16 through the air. So he gets to put on the headset and we get to see Steve Angeli. Again. Just saw him back in late December. The MVP of the Sun Bowl in El Paso. Steve in to take over, and Riley Leonard's day is done.
We've seen Steve Angeli play more quarterback plays as a broadcast than anybody else.
That's true. We have. Well, this is why he's in there, because Riley Leonard did everything in the first half, especially with his legs. Has 3 touchdowns, some nifty moves down the sideline on a long one, missed tackle, a stiff arm, and a score.
And I think it's a great idea to get him out of there for one major reason. Long season, and you need him healthy. You can't risk anything here.
And the other thing, he goes out feeling so good about himself.
Right. Oh, touchdown.
And here we go. Steve Angeli starts second half to Cooper Flanagan with a score.
The only thing he Mike Denbrock might have been able to get Riley Leonard his only touchdown pass of the year and then take him out. Because how easy was this? One running play, then just kind of get that aggressive defense, overextend, and Thieneman comes up again in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Nobody home.
Nobody home. You play aggressive defense, you better know what you're doing. Purdue gave up the most 35-plus yard plays in the Big Ten a year ago, and Notre Dame has feasted on them in the first half with big plays.
Mitch Jeter's point after is good. Well, first it was the defense giving it back on a short field to the offense. They got it at the 32-yard line. Took them 2 plays. And Steve Angeli wide open to his tight end Cooper Flanagan. It is now 49-0. Notre Dame gets its first touchdown pass of the year, and it comes from Steve Angeli, the backup quarterback. 49-0 now our scores. You take a look at the first half trends. 4 scoring plays of 30-plus yards.
Yeah, that's what they did for Purdue all last year. A lot of gambling, big plays.
Riley Leonard over 100 in the air, over 100 on the ground, or 100 I should say on the ground. And Purdue's offense, 6 punts, an interception return for a score, and then the end of the half in their 8 possessions.
I think Brian Walters should take some advice and not be going for it on 4th down. I mean, it's embarrassing enough, right? Than to give Notre Dame the ball on the 30-yard line.
Eric Goins to kick this time as everybody gets in the act now. Some of the backup players for Notre Dame. European football's most elite competition is back and bigger than ever. The UEFA Champions League returns Tuesday on CBS Sports Network, the Lazo Network, and stream every match live on Paramount Plus. Well, Purdue starts from the 25. They've been unable to muster anything today. Last week was almost perfect against Indiana State. They don't even have 100 yards total so far. They're going to pick up about 11 there. Nice run by Reggie Love.
Notre Dame has two true freshmen in there playing defensive end right now. Tui Alamaka on one side and Bryce Young on the other. 44 and 30. True freshman at free safety with Talek, number 28.
Well, first down, only the third of the game for Purdue. Fifth of the game, beg your pardon. Here's a little toss. And Love, 4 or 5 more. Reggie came over from Illinois, where he rushed for close to 600 yards last year for Brett Bielema before the transfer portal hit. Devin Maccabee, who started the game, back in behind Hudson Card in the pistol. Second down at 6 from the 40. He's upended by Kennedy Urlacher.
Yep. Come from that safety position.
The numbers on Card. Last week, 24 out of 25. Today, 8 out of 17. And an interception returned for a touchdown. Card again. The pressure came from inside. Throws. Got a man open. On the run, Cam Brown. And Brown, the biggest gain of the day. It's first and goal, Purdue.
I think the Notre Dame defenders ran into each other. That's why Brown, yes, they do collide into each other.
Did they ever?
Urlacher and Mickey run into each other, and then almost a punt to Brown.
Picks up 52 yards. And Maccabee gets it to the 5.
Hudson Card on that last play was trying to throw a slant to the left side. It was taken away. He looks around. He's got a guy open.
Reggie Love with him on second down and goal in the backfield. And now, after all the shifts, everybody looks to the sideline.
So they got the helmet microphone, but they still have to tell everybody else what to do, right? With the sideline signals.
Card got it to the corner. Touchdown. Denylin Morissette.
Yep, lined up in the slot. Perfect throw. Morissette's in the end zone. Ball just over.
Just got his toe in and took the pylon out. AT&T pylon cam. You get a great shot of it as it comes right at you. And Morissette, who spent a couple of years at Georgia, scores in a Purdue uniform to cap a touchdown drive, their first of the day.
I think there's 5 players on this team from Georgia that have transferred.
So Hudson Card, been a long day, but finally they got something going with the touchdown. Extra point. Spencer Purath goes up and good. Finally something to cheer about a little bit.
First play was a bit of a busted play for the big play in a couple of reasons. Wants to throw left, nothing there. Notre Dame players run into each other, so they get a kind of lob to the space and then come back to the goal line, run the slot out. Everybody's got it. Boilers finally put some points on the board. It's kind of the first new look Big Ten game, right?
Yep.
USC at Michigan.
Usually one you'd see at about 5:30 on January 1st in Pasadena.
Yeah, there'd be a parade.
There'd be a parade for sure. Maybe we'll start a parade in Michigan. Notre Dame will come out with a 42-point lead, 49-7. Let's take you back in the Wayback Machine. I love that haircut. My partner, Gary Danielson, going 80-yard touchdown to Darryl Stingley.
Oh, yeah, great player. We were freshmen together. Another freshman
Otis
together
Armstrong.
at Purdue, Otis Armstrong. 2 #1 draft picks.
And then sometimes he just did it with his legs, folks.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
The wishbone.
He had a 200-yard rushing game in the first half in one game.
Well, it was a lot of fun to do. We didn't really do everything we wanted to do, but I still ended up with my bride coming out of here, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you marry the athletic director's daughter,
Hey!
I mean, you know.
Those rumors are false that got me the job.
we saw where you used to live. First, the apartment that you finally had enough money to go and have an apartment. But before that, you lived in the bottom part of that house.
Yeah. I got
George King's house.
I was a year and a half in that basement, and boy, I got dirty looks.
Yeah, you should have.
I didn't have a dime to my name, though.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Christy, God bless you.
Well,
for 50 years of something or more than that.
Yeah, it started out bad, and it still has to put up with it.
It got better. It got a little bit better. At least you have a couple cents to your name now.
Yeah.
If the grandkids don't take it all.
Got a horse collar late and a holding penalty before.
Offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Oh, they didn't call the horse collar?
No, just one.
Yeah. Thanks for showing that, though. Those, Otis Armstrong has passed away. Darryl Stingley, of course, the tragedy with him with the New England Patriots, both first-round draft picks. Dave Butts, first-round draft pick, also passed.
And a lot of golf tournaments with Dave.
Yeah, we all were freshmen. I got 3 of my buddies here that we all came together watching the game.
Some of you guys hadn't seen each other since the wedding.
They were at my wedding. You're right. Actually, all 3 of us were quarterbacks. And
some guys went to different positions.
Yep, Chuck Phoebes went to safety. Rick Sayers went to wide receiver. And I was the slowest. I stayed a quarterback.
Here's Steve Angeli going out there as tight end. This guy's been a big part of the offense today, and not because he's a starter, Mitchell Evans, but Eli Raridan. That's his 3rd or 4th catch.
And I think this is really valuable time for the backup quarterback for Notre Dame. If you're going to run your quarterback, you put him in position to get hurt. You have to have an efficient backup quarterback.
So we were kidding around about seeing Steve. Last year, he was the Sun Bowl most valuable player, went 15 out of 19 for 232 yards and 3 touchdowns. He played flawless in that game in El Paso. 3rd down and 7. Angeli looking for more. Oh, he dropped in a beautiful ball to Jaden Harrison. Another big play for the Irish.
Slot, man-to-man. Every quarterback loves to throw this. The top corner's man-to-man. You've got all that field to throw it. You got somebody chasing a receiver, never sees the ball. Breedlove is at the mercy of a good throw, but it was a really good throw.
He dropped that right down the pipe. Look at this. Perfect.
Did you call him the MVP of the Sun Bowl?
Yes.
I thought it was Faison. Numbers, wasn't it the wide receiver get the MVP?
I don't know. It was.
Was it Faison?
Okay, well, I gave it to Steve.
Yeah, I thought it was Faison that got it.
Okay.
He's been injured. We thought Angeli should have got it.
Maybe that's why I wrote it down.
Exactly. Sam Hartman did not play in that game, so Angeli came out.
Sam just stood around looking good with the long hair and the sunglasses.
He should have been the MVP, Sam.
Smart enough to sit it out, you mean?
Yes.
I think he just signed with the Commanders.
And his looks. I mean, we were like, hey, that's a winning look right there.
Second down from the 30. Jadarian Price He's working on a 100-yard game as well, courtesy of the one that went 70 for the score. We know that. Let's go down to Jenny.
Well, Jeremiah Love cross-trained this offseason as a running back and slot receiver. He wants to be more versatile. He told me as a back, he's always in between the tackles, but playing slot, he feels free in open space. He loves that he can showcase his speed and agility and quickness. And guys, although he loves training at wide receiver, he thinks his natural skills are at running back.
He's in motion right now.
That's what I like.
And they throw it out to him right on Jenny's cue. First down.
And I think the other part that Jenny might be getting to is the running backs nowadays for the NFL want to show they can be flanked out. I mean, you want to be able to say, I can do more for you than just run the ball. That's how you make the money. A little field goal shot here.
4th down and 4. Mitch Jeter has been busy kicking extra points today. See if he can get a field goal. He's 3 out of 5 on the season. Had 2 blocked at the end of the first half and the end of the game in the loss to Illinois State. Nothing wrong with this one.
So that means he's 4 for 4 if they're not blocked.
That's exactly right.
Right?
Exactly. 42-yarder is good. And it makes it.
He goes to his guys, hey, guys, if I can get it over the line of scrimmage, it's good.
It's a happy coach right there. All right, Zook, thank you. Some news and notes around college football. We're talking about Washington State there. Pac-12 is going to add some Mountain West schools to begin.
But don't they have to have 8, though?
They do.
Yeah,
they don't have the full
6?
complement. Yes.
Yeah, 6.
And Indiana playing at the Rose Bowl tonight against UCLA. Our friends at NBC will have that one. And here in an in-state rivalry game for the Shalala Trophy, it is all Notre Dame.
Yeah, Hudson Card coming off of that perfect game. Had a couple of uh-ohs in the first half. Get a lot of pressure, make a few mistakes, and he finally found someone wide open here. Didn't want to go to him, but he had to, and then he finishes it off with a nice throw. Again, for the Purdue, you're playing for your teammates right now. You're like, come on, when we turn on the tape, let's show each other that we're in for the long run and we're finishing off no matter what the score is.
Leland Smith on the carry. Going to lose a yard. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that was Urlacher again.
True freshman out of Chandler, Arizona, Kennedy Urlacher. It's a good last name if you want to make a lot of tackles.
Well, I mean, Brian Urlacher's relation, that thing works pretty good. You know, we had him as a safety. Remember in those days?
Yes.
He was playing safety in New Mexico?
New Mexico, yeah. Jenny Dell.
Yeah, you were talking about playing for your brothers out there. For Purdue, 37 new players this season, and Coach Walters knew they needed to find a way to bond. So he set up outings around town, and that's when the 4 transfers from Georgia suggested an exercise that helped them in Athens. I'll tell you more. Oh, no, I'll keep going right now. They had breakout sessions. Yeah, a little fake snap for me. So Coach loved the idea of these breakout sessions. So during camp, they would break out into small groups, about 5 or 6 players, and they would have to answer specific questions. There you go. About where they came from, what they're fighting for, really allowing them to relate to one another on a personal level. It fostered some real communication, and I'm sure it helps in situations like they're facing today, guys.
Yeah. Well, right there, Hudson Card faced a situation with 6 of the Irish rushers, pinning them in again. That has been Al Golden's game plan the whole time. Rush up the middle, keep those attacking linebackers coming, nowhere to go to the outside. It has been a perfect pitch for this defense of Notre Dame.
Keelan Crimmins, busy punter. Max Hurleman on the other end will have a shot at it from the 37. And number 37, nice return out to about the 47.
Notre Dame lost a couple offensive starting linemen to injury, but they have done a job today.
So as good of all the plays we've shown you from Riley Leonard and the receivers and everything that's gone on, the tone was set by this offensive line for Notre Dame. That was the question mark. That's the spot. That's the matchup that Purdue had to win, and they did not.
It was all Notre Dame winning that spot. And had they left all the starters in, we might have ended up with 300-yard rushers for Notre Dame in a single game. Jadarian Price is in there. He could end up with 100 before it's over, as they've got 288 right now.
They're even getting a mash when nothing's there. They keep pushing them back.
Pick up a 4 more for Jadarian.
You know, Purdue had one of the toughest schedules coming into this season. Listen to this.
Just got tougher.
Yeah, it's got tougher, but they were going to play preseason number 2 Ohio State, number 3 Oregon, preseason number 7 Notre Dame, and number 8 Penn State. That's 4 of the top 10 teams they were facing on that schedule.
Price, nice cutback run. And then a spin move. And Thieneman gets him down short of the first down.
You know, it's not going to get any easier because, you know, Nebraska's playing well. You got to play at Wisconsin and Illinois. I mean, it's a tough look. And look how they finish. Away.
That's not counting that long road trip next week. Last year they won their last 2 over Minnesota and Indiana, and then won their opener here. They were hoping for making it a 4-game winning streak at home, and that's not going to happen. Devin Ford this time. Ford's got the first down. So a luxury for Notre Dame to go 4 deep at their tailback spot in a 52-7 lead here with 2 minutes to go, a quarter. If you want to send in a signal, just a thumbs up is good enough.
Does he like the call, or is he signaling in something?
I don't know.
If it goes long, I think he had a premonition that it was a good call.
Over 300 yards rushing now for Notre Dame today. Angeli pumps, wanted to go back the other way, waited too long. Down the sack at the 15-yard line by Sheeta Silla.
Sheeta Silla, transfer from Boston College. Nowhere to go to the left side, taken away, just waits too long. Silla wasn't even rushing, he was spying, and the spy ended up getting the sack. I don't know about the thumbs up on that call.
Don't do that one again.
Angeli might give him a different signal back.
And now Steve's going to run a quarterback draw. Nice little sidestep, broken tackle. Angeli down the sideline, much like Riley Leonard before him. And a first down, Notre Dame.
Might get a thumbs up from Riley Leonard on that play.
No doubt. 29-yard pickup for Angeli.
Quarterback counter that has been so effective. Another missed tackle that time. I think it was Stevens, number 11, in the hole. And Antonio Stevens, again, it's been poor blocking, defensive line getting blocked, and poor tackling in the secondary. That is a bad combination.
In the red zone again for the Fighting Irish. The cut outside, and now Angeli, the lead blocker for Jeremiah Love, and Love's close to a first down, and that should put him over 100 if he wasn't already.
Oh yeah, they'll be looking at all the stats for everybody. The Notre Dame coaches, they got coaches up in the box who are signaling down exactly how many yards the running backs have.
Gotta love your quarterback getting out there, getting a little shove on Thieneman. And it brings the third quarter to a close. Played 3. Riley Leonard, the luxury of having the headset up on the sideline, signaling plays for Steve Angeli, who's leading Notre Dame to even greater heights, 52-7. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS heads into the fourth quarter. West Lafayette, Indiana, and Notre Dame in control, 52-7 in this one as we start the fourth. And a 1st and goal, Notre Dame at the Purdue 8-yard line. Steve Angeli rolls to throw, sidearms it, got it, complete to the tight end Kevin Ballman, touchdown.
Beautiful play. Angeli reads it, he stays. It's supposed to be a rub-off to the outside of the formation, but the guy setting the pick, both defenders leave. So watch the guy setting the pick. He ends up there and goes inside. Stay, stay, stay. They both leave. Throw it to the tight end.
Another long drive. This one over 50 yards as well as all of them have been today. The exception of the interception return for the touchdown late in the 2nd quarter. Zach Yoakum gets a chance at an extra point, and he drills it.
Steve Angeli looks smooth throwing the ball, doesn't
Sure
he?
does. And what he did with his legs to get him down that close.
Yep. Going to his left. Keeps the shoulders level.
2nd touchdown toss for Angeli.
Yep.
Jeremiah Love to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Leonard jukes back in the 5, stays on his feet. Pressure comes, throws it away into the hands of Boubacar Traore.
They might pay the price. Jadarian Price to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Look at our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Riley Leonard setting the tone without a doubt, not only with his arms, but 3 touchdowns rushing. Jeremiah Love over 100 yards on the ground. Purdue gave up 28 in the 2nd quarter. And the Shalala Trophy will, for the 9th straight time, belong to Notre Dame. Came in 8-game winning streak in this series. Going to make it 9 here shortly. Today the most points against Purdue in this series.
That's something you don't want your name on, do you, right?
No. Eric Goins.
I was part of one of the most famous plays in Notre Dame history. You know that?
Can you tell us about it?
It's a genuflect play, yes. Notre Dame won the game with it against us right here. I think we got a replay of it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we do it. We have it. I don't know if we've got it queued up, but I know we have it.
All right, explain this.
We were leading 7-0 with 2 minutes to go. We score, and then we fumble. This is a play we score on, but then we fumble the snap to go 7-6. Notre Dame goes for 2. Take a knee, the throwback, the genuflect game, and we take the L. Yeah, that hurt.
At least it was a close game.
That hurt. It's only been 50-some years.
And it still hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that one was a little closer than this one. Hudson Card will have better days. Had a great day in the opener a couple of weeks ago. And today, not so much.
He's been facing these throws all game. From the very first series on, people have been hitting him as he let the ball go.
And that was Bryce Young that decked him on that one. Ironically, a true freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina, not the Bryce Young that's playing quarterback there.
Yeah, a little different body type.
A little different body type. Card,
oh,
slip screen, in and out.
Going to be incomplete, but timed out well again. I'll tell you, Urlacher is a quick football player.
5'11", 197-pounder out of Chandler, Arizona, has made some big plays. Number 23, keep your eye on this kid.
Yeah, Kennedy Urlacher smells the game, knows the game, has been watching the game, and that's a form tackle.
That is a form tackle. Not only that, prevented the reception. 3rd down and 10. 1 3rd down conversion on the day for Purdue. Here comes the blitz. And down goes Card. Another sack. And another failure on 3rd down.
And another same strategy from Al Golden. Brings 6 players.
Jason Onye is the guy that got home
you got
first.
5 offensive linemen. It's 1-on-1, and then you need the running back. Reggie Love, does he get? Yeah, he does decent, but gets shoved right back in the corner. Quarterback, and then, boy.
We'll give that as a group sack.
Yep.
Keelan Crimmins was not planning on punting this much today, although he's done well. First one was his longest. It averaged over 46. This time be kicking from around his own 5. Should be great field position or a returnable punt. It will be returnable for Hurlman. Hurlman made one man miss, got to the outside, got to midfield. And there is a flag. Well, he's not sure he's down, so he's going to keep going, but it's coming back one way or another.
Everybody wants a chance.
No kidding.
It's like an avalanche.
Hurlman, senior grad student.
I think we should bring Gene in. What do you think? I mean, you know, he's got to
Going
earn
to
his
return,
money too.
holding.
See if Gene
Receiving
has
team,
some
number
blowout
15.
material.
10-yard penalty.
Let's see what he's
First
got.
down.
Yeah, not about that flag of the holding. That was just general. So we'll have to check. We're going to give him a chance for
ready.
the commercial.
Wake Gene up after the commercial he comes.
Oh, well, we're not boiling up here. Notre Dame is, though. Yeah, we'll talk to Gene when we come back. Many Purdue graduates have gone on to serve in space, including one of the most famous alums, Neil Armstrong, who was in Gemini and Apollo programs, first man to walk on the moon. I wish I could join him right now. Neil also played the baritone horn. I did not know that, in the Purdue marching band. Jenny?
Guys, I have more fun facts for you. This season, Purdue has 7 players in the science and engineering field, 2 in aero and astro engineering. Maccabees in the mechanical engineering technology program. I mean, pretty impressive for these student athletes.
Gary got a master's here, but it wasn't in that.
No. But it was masterfully done, I'll tell you that. I think it was in physical education.
Did you want to go back to Gene?
No, yes. I want to see. First of all, I want to know if he's ever done a blowout game like this. Gene.
You know, I was relaxing here. I didn't realize you really. I thought you were teasing Gene.
I'm not teasing you.
You're relaxing, and we're working our butts off. Gene.
Have you ever done a blowout like this before, Gene?
Yeah, there have been a few of those games over the course of a career, Gary. So you're hoping that there's not too many incomplete passes right now.
What are the
honestly, right?
Exactly. You don't hold the clock a lot after first downs, do you? After first down?
No, you wind rather quickly. Yeah, you want to get a wind in as quick as you can and get things moving. And really, from a protection standpoint, what you want to make sure is that the team that's ahead by so much isn't doing something to provoke after, and then you look for frustration on the other end from a preventative officiating standpoint.
And you don't want anybody to get hurt. A lot of people in the press box at halftime wanted a running clock in the second half.
Well, they do have the option now if the team that is losing decides they want to shorten the length of the game. They can do that if they would opt to. I don't believe that they made that decision today, but you can't run the clock, but you could ask them to shorten a quarter.
I'd vote for that.
I think that might be a little embarrassing.
We got one or two yeses in the press box, right, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks, Gene. We just want to make sure you're okay. Little back shoulder throw, almost completed again. Intended for KK Smith.
Again, out of position. The corner can't see the ball, not in good phase. He's fortunate to get away with it.
Markevius Brown was the guy in the coverage. 3rd down and 12. Steve Angeli, empty backfield. Now Jadarian Price joins him. And Jadarian's going to get the call. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. That's it. Sheeta Silla, first guy to meet him.
Yeah, they're still trying to feed Jadarian Price to get him his 100 yards. He's at 86, or did he lose a yard?
Might have lost a half a yard. 4th down. James Rendell. Into punt. Only had 2 today. This is 3rd. Thieneman backpedals, calls for the fair catch, and fields it around the 24-yard line. Notre Dame controlled this game from the outset, and they lead 59-7. All right, Zook, thank you. 59-7 here. The Shalala Trophy will remain in South Bend when this one's all over. Don't forget, later in the game, play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And as that guy is showing you, all those plays of the game would be in Notre Dame's favor. Hudson Card on the offense from the 24-yard line. Only 14 yards on the ground today, which is where they're going to keep this right now.
Goal number one for the defense. Remember, make Purdue play one-handed. They have shut down that run game, and then when Purdue has to pass, not when they want to pass, when they have to pass, they've rushed them.
As you said earlier, and they told us yesterday, we're going to make him throw from the well. There's a deep well today.
Yeah, he's not feeling well.
No, that too. 2nd and 7. Trying to come wide. Maccabee, nice open field tackle. As Iliami Asa and a flag down.
Holding, offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I know Bryce Young got up, number 30 for Notre Dame, and went, that's got to be holding, right? He looked at the ref.
Corey Stewart,
flagged.
the left tackle, the guilty party. So 2nd down and 17 once they get it spotted at the 18-yard line. Reggie Love in the backfield with Hudson. Will get the carry, trying to cut back in the middle, and does a nice job of it. Got it out to the 25-yard line. This is how the college football playoff bracket will look this year with the new 12-team playoff.
Yeah, and after that first win, everybody was almost anointing Notre Dame into the playoffs. 5th spot almost looked assured, but after that loss to Northern Illinois, no more mulligans left for this Notre Dame team.
Well, they know that, and they played like it today, that's for sure.
And the goal for them, I think if they win out, they'll get a home playoff game.
All I know is I've got good friends that are Notre Dame fans, and they are saying, this is great, but what in the world happened last week?
Talked about that, didn't we? Like,
yeah.
What?
And Marcus was talking about that with us. Said, I thought in the practice week that maybe attention to detail. There was a couple things when I look back on the film, and I went through everything on Tuesday and Wednesday's practices and said, you know what, we missed a block there. We didn't get an assignment there.
But the week, you know, going into the game, he assured everyone that his team was ready. They practiced great, and they were. It's just tough to read a team sometimes.
Ooh, nice punt. Perlman had a return or two, has to let this one go, and it's going to roll inside the 20 around the 18-yard line. Well, there's been brighter days at Purdue than this one, especially during the Drew Brees era, and that means the Joe Tiller era, one of our favorite guys.
Absolutely.
And he made basketball, football on grass is what they called it back in those heydays. Had some great seasons, and he was a great guy to be around. Dedication to the Joe Tiller Tunnel, which is over to our left in the far corner of the end zone.
Ness and I were lucky enough to cover them together for a few years, and separately for a few years, and great memories.
And then the last time we saw him was in El Paso as he went into the Sun Bowl Hall of Fame. Couple yard pickup for Devin Ford, the number 4 tailback. I think the question for Notre Dame, while they played so well today and they're playing with some backup guys, having lost 2 starting offensive linemen to injury in this game, and we don't know the severity of either one of them, but that was kind of a question mark coming into this game. And while they played well today, hopefully those guys can get back. And Jelly throws on the run. Going to be another first down. KK Smith takes it out of bounds.
Yeah, and remember, if they lost those two, they also lost their projected starting offensive tackle. So that's really 3 of the 5 guys they projected to be in the starting lineup for this Irish offense. Usually that ends up taking a toll on a team.
And there's the 2 guys we're talking about. Hopefully they'll get back soon. Kedron Young in the backfield with Angeli, who's set to throw again. He's not going to get a chance. Goes down. And Will Helt was one of the guys there, along with Kadron Jenkins, who thought he had a fumble recovery.
Tried to seal it, but it looked like he was down. Was his backside down? I thought so.
It was a nice job of swiping it from him either way. 2nd and 15. Young, straight up the gut.
Do you think that if this was a close game that it would have been reviewed?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that's the better thing to do right here, right? I mean, we don't need a review.
I know KJ would have liked to review. Kadron Jenkins. Wow. Last time they put this many up at Army in '73. Incomplete. This is one of the longest running series that Notre Dame has played, the 3rd most. They've only played Navy and USC more times than this 88th matchup with Purdue today. And they're going to go to 60, 26, and 2 over that stretch that started in 1896.
It is interesting, though, the whole playoff scenario now for Notre Dame. You know, do you have to run the table? Could you lose to USC and make it with 2 losses? I mean, everything's on the table now. And, you know, instead of just 4 teams, there's, you know, it's more chances for more teams.
And they'll clear everybody out of the way on a fair catch. Purdue gets it back with 8:07 remaining in the ball game. Sylvester Stallone returns in the new season of Tulsa King, streaming September 15th, exclusively on Paramount Plus. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, good. Sly's back.
He's back.
And let me say this to you, and you laughed at me yesterday when I said this.
All right, go.
What if Northern Illinois, ranked number 25 in the country right now, should win 10 games or so? The Notre Dame loss, would it still look as bad? It's early in the season. I mean, the loss.
I think a loss at home to a MAC school is still going to hurt them. No doubt about that. But when you're looking at what Notre Dame was shooting for and what they thought they had, that was still a shock. And it really just, they don't have a mulligan. That's
right.
what I was saying.
There's no doubt about that, I don't think. And I think that guy knows that. Marcus get ready to win his 21st game in 30 games as a head coach at Notre Dame. Hudson Card has played the whole game, and at the midway point of the 4th quarter in a losing cause, he's still in there trying to complete some passes and getting another one batted in the air and intercepted. Picked off, tripped up, or it might have been a pick 6, Jack. It was Kingston Viliamu-Asa, who had a big play earlier in this series and just got an interception.
Yeah, I think it was Heinisch that got the tip up front that time, too. Again, push up front. No, it was Onye. Wasn't it 47? I thought it was 41. But Jason Onye comes in, gets the tip, and a shoestring tackle, or that would have been another pick 6.
Nice complimentary defense there. Keeping your eye on the ball. And that says it if you're a Purdue fan. A couple interceptions now. And 1 touchdown throw. Kenny Minchie is coming in, the 3rd quarterback for Notre Dame. What a luxury. Here's a little jet sweep. He's going to have a completion on this and a pickup of about 5. Big collision on the sideline. K.K. Smith took a shot.
Same play. We've seen this play about 4 or 5 times. The jet sweep with a toss forward, and
Breedlove almost with a targeting hit there on the sideline.
And almost late, too, as well. And again, that's what Gene talked about late in the game. As officials, you're now looking to protect players.
Yeah. As we're down to 6.5 minutes to go. Minchie, redshirt freshman out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, at the controls. Third Notre Dame quarterback. He'll keep this, and he's going to run out with a first down. Look at the rest of the Notre Dame schedule. Here's how it looks.
Yeah, and this is what everybody talked about. It was like doable, right? I mean, you're looking at that and going, okay, at Georgia Tech. Is it at Georgia Tech, or is it at a neutral site, the Georgia Tech game?
They are playing at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yes,
yep.
Right.
Going to the corner. Going to be interference.
It is. The back judge made the call from about, what, 40, 35, 30 yards away.
There's the flag finally.
Ball was thrown late.
Pass interference, defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Markevius Brown.
Again, he's got no idea where the ball is. That's interference, and we've seen that a few times where Brown has got away with that technique.
Our AT&T pylon cam gives you a look at the corner. Even with the incompletion, it wasn't too bad a thrown ball.
No, it was just a little late,
yeah.
But Brown was, we've shown that about 3 or 4 times. He's been out of position, and he's gotten away with it. That time he didn't.
Going to send Kedron Young out of the backfield. Empty set. Let's see if it's a quarterback draw. It's a quarterback keep. It is a Notre Dame touchdown. Kenny Minchie.
Let's go.
5-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, as personally, I have no problem with this. Backups are in the game. You give them a chance to get in there and do what they can do. I have no problem. It's up to the other team to stop them. I don't consider this running up the score. The score's already run up.
It's been run about as far as it can. And it runs up to, after the interception, 66-7. So they turned one interception into a touchdown on a 32-yard return for the score, and then after a couple of plays, 3 plays, 31 yards, they turn another turnover into points. And it's Route 66 right now for Notre Dame. It'll make the route back to South Bend a couple hours north a really fun trip. Eric Goins kickoff. Fielded around the 3-yard line. Elijah Jackson. Nice return. Out to around the 27. Coming up tonight, 7:30 Eastern, second game of our CBS College Football doubleheader kicks off with Coach Prime in prime time. Colorado takes out in-state rival Colorado State. Our director, Steve Milton, Colorado State grad. He and I will be watching that one. We'll get you out to Fort Collins after we get caught up with the rest of the action around the country and wrap up this game on the CBS College Football postgame show on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Follows us in the next 5.5 minutes.
Well, they still got us. I am a little surprised now that Purdue hasn't put in a backup quarterback, don't you?
Yeah, I thought Ryan Brown would have been there
come on.
quite a while ago.
I mean, what's the point?
And they still got their starting tailback in there taking a big shot as
I don't quite get this.
Maccabee on the carry.
You know, there's not been a lot for the Boiler fans to cheer about, obviously, today, but I think the Boiler fans, I'm going to do a little shout out for a little friend, Ness, Angelo DeBarrio. The reason I do it, and a long-time old Notre Dame running back, buddy from home, have coffee with him all the time, struggling a little bit, got a big battle ahead of him with health. But I think all the Boiler fans would give him a big boiler up as Angelo DeBarrio. He's a fighter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we're
still
with
working out all the time, and love the guy.
We'll definitely give a boiler up to him.
Angelo,
offense,
long
number 75.
halfback
10-yard
for
penalty.
the Irish way back.
Second down.
Holding call on Jalen Grant. Second down and 18. Card 3 receivers to the top of the screen. And now we got flags all over.
False start, offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's Jalen Grant. That's back-to-back penalties on him. 66 points in 66 plays. You'll take that every day of the week, wouldn't you? Even in the NBA, you'd probably take that. Riley Leonard, they wanted him to, if he had lost confidence, to regain it. And Marcus Freeman says, you know, I took him aside on Sunday. We talked about it before I talked to the whole team and said, we're going to get you your confidence back, or you got to get it back. He said he said all the right things, but I wasn't sure until today. I think he's going to go home and feel pretty darn good about what happened.
Yeah, but I think there might be a lot of Boiler fans that have lost confidence in where this team might be headed. I think after that first game, they go, wow, we've got something special. Now this has been a reality check.
Yep, a 49-0 shutout against Indiana State, and then you turn around and lose by more than that at home in a reality check of all reality checks. Reggie Love trying to cut it to the outside. Good run, got the corner, and got the first down.
When you get tight end on holding again on Bryce Young, I believe.
Max Clare out there trying to get him a block.
It bounced a couple times. It's almost like a quarterback running out of the pocket.
Holding, offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty, third down.
And it is on Max Clare.
So you got Clare trying to stay inside, and all of a sudden the running back goes outside, and as he reacts, you hold on.
That's a lot of holding.
Yep.
Could have given him 2 penalties on that one.
And with the injury to Botello, Bryce Young is one of the guys that the Irish is going to have to depend on playing that defensive end spot.
And he's played really well.
Yes, he has.
6'7", 260-pounder. There aren't a lot of 3rd and 29 plays. And they'll have one more punt coming up from Keelan Crimmins.
Now, neither team's going to use their timeouts, but we're still going to have to do the 2-minute timeout.
That's right.
I think it's mandatory, right?
It is. It is a must. As Crimmins walks back into his own end zone. Aeneas Williams waits on Crimmins' 10th punt of the day. You say 10 punts, things aren't going well. Taken at the 44 and fighting his way back to around the 49-yard line. Nick Levy, the snapper, got down there to make the tackle. So we'll have one play, and then we'll have that 2-minute timeout that Gary just mentioned. Associated Press top 10. Georgia playing at Kentucky. Kentucky got walloped a week ago, and now they made the #1 team in the country. Texas
earned that spot. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Ohio State has been on fire, playing well.
Jalen Milroe had a huge game in the win over Wisconsin. Boston College.
Yeah, that's an interesting game, that Boston College game.
C.J. Carr in a quarterback. We're running out of depth chart here.
C.J. Carr is a player that the Irish are looking forward to be one of special quarterback for them.
True freshman out of Saline, Michigan.
Yeah, it's a grandson of Lloyd Carr.
2-minute timeout. Gary's favorite timeout of this day so far. Now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs, a guy that made a lot of plays today. Riley Leonard with his arm and especially with his legs, including this one, tight roping the sideline and then throwing a stiff arm at the very end to get to the end zone. Here's how Tony Simeone called it for Notre Dame radio.
Ball's at the Purdue 34. He'll fake the handoff to Price. It's Leonard running left down the sideline across the 30 on his feet at the 20. Breaks a tackle at the 10. Oh! Stiff arm on his way to the house. Riley Leonard, 34 yards for the touchdown.
Riley Leonard, 100-yard rushing day and 3 scores in this dominating 66-7 performance by Notre Dame. And now the luxury of C.J. Carr being in at quarterback. The number 4 freshman signal caller. Kedron Young on the carry.
Remember, you can play in 4 games and still keep your eligibility alive. So there's some Purdue fans that stuck it out.
I got to give them credit.
Exactly. At least put them on TV, right?
Yes, absolutely. What once was a packed house is no more. Don't forget college football post-game shows coming up next. Riley Leonard still wearing the headset, helping out the other 3 quarterbacks behind him. Carr gives it off to Young again. And Young's got
first down.
Across the 30.
You know, just a little bit of a scout report on C.J. Young. We had him. He was actually there for the Sun Bowl. He was running the scout team. He is very impressive. C.J. Carr, very impressive. Good size, tremendous arm.
Don't think he's going to use it anymore today, the arm.
No. He's going to use his arms and hands to catch the snap. That's it.
Wisely using the clock. Final seconds. And he'll take a knee. And that'll do it. Well, not sure the last time you and I did a 66-7. Probably never.
Nope.
But it was all Notre Dame from the get-go. They go to 2-1. They take the taste out of their mouth of the ugly loss at home to Northern Illinois and keep their hopes alive for what might be a season that could see them get to the college football playoff if they don't have another slip up along the way.
They looked more athletic and more physical from the start of the game.
Yep, they did. And Purdue, after a great opening game and a week off, that week off didn't do any good. Riley Leonard, one of the stars of the games with Jenny.
Riley, a big win, and it's a win Notre Dame needed. How were you able to reset and lead this team?
Yeah, obviously it was a tough week for us, tough week for me mentally. But you know, you gotta have a quick mind. You gotta be able to respond, and I think our teammates did an outstanding job all around the field. I think we executed at a high level, and that's a really good football team. So shout out to the guys that they play really well today.
What does a victory like this do for this team's confidence?
Yeah, it's big time. Really happy for everybody. Like, you got Steve getting in there, throwing touchdowns. Kenny gets in, runs a touchdown. CJ gets some reps. Like, everybody, everybody played well. It's very good for the morale of the team. I'm excited for the guys.
When's the last time you had this much fun on the field?
It wasn't last week, probably 2 weeks ago.
Good point. Congratulations. Great win, Riley.
Thank you very much. God bless.
That smile tells it all. It wasn't last week, that's for sure. Last week wasn't this week, Riley. Much better game. And that's going to wrap it up for us. For Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, entire CBS crew. Brad Nessler saying so long from West Lafayette. Final score, Fighting Irish of Notre Dame 66, Purdue 7. Stay tuned for more college football action tonight on CBS. Colorado taking on Colorado State. But first, we'll send you back to Adam Zucker and company for the CBS College Football postgame show right after these messages. See you at the Big House with the Wolverines and the Trojans next Saturday.